Hey, I'm at Dewey's Indoor Gun Range at Dewey's Pawn Shop, and I'm doing a 5-gun review. The guns I'm reviewing are the Koenig Meta MC9, the Glock G43X and G48, the Sig Sauer P365X, and the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield 2.0. There's a short review of each of the pistols, and it's presented in alphanumeric order. It has nothing to do with their placing or ranking. All are solid choices for everyday carry. Where they rank is my opinion and not necessarily the opinion of Dewey's or anybody else. And these opinions are based off of a sample size of 1, while I have shot multiple copies of some of the pistols, not all of them. I do value your opinions. Feel free to comment with which ones are your favorite or your ranking order. And please be kind to others' opinions because, well, everyone has a right to their opinion. First up is the Koenig Meta MC9. The Meta MC9. One of the nice things about this pistol is the trigger is really nice. Very crisp and very short. The pistol is red dot compatible, but it also has really nice sights if you just want to go with iron sights. It comes with a 12 or 15 round magazine, but supposedly, from what I've read, you can install the magazine from any of the Koenig line into it, which means you can get up to around 18 or 19 rounds. The pistol has really good ergonomics, especially for such a small pistol. It's got a sandpaper type texture on the grip, which makes it easy to hang on to. This pistol is an excellent candidate for concealed carry, but with the other capabilities, it's good for other things as well. It fell into the 4th slot for me. The two Glocks basically have the same lower, but the G48 has a longer barrel and slide for the upper. They are very similar, and so they basically get the same place in my opinion. So we'll call them 2nd and 3rd, but that's basically a tie, just personal preference on how long you want your barrel. The Glock 43X. It's got a 10-round magazine, decent trigger, and typical Glock sights. It's basically a G43 with an extended magazine. I like the extended grip and magazine. It's nice getting the extra rounds, but I think it makes it a little more ergonomic and makes it a little more shootable. At least for me, it's a little more shootable in that I normally don't shoot smaller pistols all that well. I shot this one fairly decent. I highly recommend it for concealed carry use. The extra rounds you get over the G43 are nice, as is the bigger grip. It does lack a 1913 Picatinny rail, but that's not a big deal. Shooting the G48. It's got a 10-round magazine, typical Glock sights, and serrations in the front and the rear. It has a standard Glock trigger, which is basically a very good tactical trigger. The 48, if laid on top of a Glock 19, basically the same side profile. The big difference is it's a 1/4 inch thinner and 3 ounces lighter. Well, the reduction in width and weight costs you 5 rounds of 9mm. You also lose the 1913 accessory rail underneath the barrel. I found it a little more ergonomical than a G19 and easier to carry. I highly recommend this gun for a concealed carry piece. The Sig Sauer P365X. As Sig does so often, they come out with a pistol and then make some improvements and come out with a newer improved version. This one has a straight blade trigger module, which is very good. I really like the action of it. It has Sig Sauer's night sights. It's got serrations front and rear. Good metal sights if you want to go with that, or you can use a red dot. The slightly longer grip module allows for a 12-round flush fit magazine. The texture on the grip module is a lot like fine sandpaper, pretty grippy. The longer length makes it easier to hang on to. With great ergonomics and trigger, I think this is a great concealed carry option. I highly recommend it. The SIG comes in first place for me. Smith & Wesson Shield 2.0. It has a standard Smith & Wesson trigger, which isn't bad. And it's got 3-dot sights and an 8 or 7 round magazine. The grip texture is very aggressive, but it's still fairly comfortable to carry, and I like something that you can hang on to like that. The grip is very narrow, right around an inch or a little less, but it's very deep, so if you have bigger hands, it's pretty easy to handle. It's not a bad shooter. It's basically 6 inches long. It's got a 3.1 inch barrel. A lot of stainless steel in it, so it'll last a long time. Good quality firearm. It's something I highly recommend as a concealed carry piece, providing you like the ergonomics of it. While the Shield came in 5th for me, it's by no means a loser. Now for why I ranked them where I did. The Smith & Wesson, its low placing is because of the grip shape. It's really deep but not very wide, so therefore it's less comfortable, and it has a low capacity. The Koenig was placed where it was because of the very short grip length, which makes it a little harder to shoot, and the extensions don't go down the back, so you end up with this sharp edge in your palm. For the Glocks, it basically amounts to the fact that for as large as the grip is, you don't get that many rounds. You get plastic sights, and the ergonomics aren't the best. For me, the SIG is the Goldilocks gun. It fits my hand the best, it shoots the best. It is a little more expensive, but you get, night sights, etc. It's just a very high quality gun. Now, that's not to say that the others are not. All of the other pistols are great pistols. I would basically be happy with any of the above, if that was the only thing I could get. But since I do have a choice of picking the pecking order, SIG comes up top for me. I'd like to thank my sponsor, Dewey's Pawn Shop.